All right. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the cabin. It's early March. It's barely below freezing at night, so that means we can get the water system going again, and then hopefully we'll be good to go for the summer. The whole season. Let's go down to camp and get things prepped and get some water. We made it. The abandoned bathhouse over here too. Hasn't been used in a year. Ugh. The abandoned bathhouse. You guys should check out some of our old videos, see how we used to rough it. No critters moved in this winter, that's good. Look, my simple solar. One 100-watt panel, $30 Renogy Wanderer, and a battery. That's it. That's it. Look. Lights. Lights. Pump. All still works. A little bit of a mess in there, but be good setup for any visitors. We'll get it cleaned up this summer if we have some visitors. We convinced some friends to come camping, and maybe we could convince Brooke and Dave to come back and hang out for a day with us. So if you guys missed it, I don't know if a lot of you guys seen it or not, but Brooke and Dave from Girl in the Woods and Bush Radical came here and did an interview on us. So go over to Girl in the Woods, Miss Brooke's channel, and check out her little interview of us. That was a fun time, and we had a lot of fun. They were only here for a few hours, but I look forward to convincing them to come baback by and sit by a fire with us for a bit. So hopefully you'll get a little bit of that this summer, and we can maybe Dave can come help me push a well into the ground. So anyway, let's get the sap stuff out of the shed, and I gotta get the tank. I gotta get the water tank in the white truck, and we're gonna go get water too. Alright guys, I'm pretty excited about this, because it's the beginning of March, like it's the first week of March, and I get to turn my water back on. So I don't have another 2 months of melting snow. So hopefully this will be fine. Hopefully we don't get some Arctic blast in late March where it screws me, but pretty excited to get this done. There's a ton of snow fleas. You guys ever seen snow fleas? Like, I think I read they're harmless. I don't necessarily want to lay in them because they're right here by the edge of the cabin and all around the cabin, because this side of the cabin, this is the north side, so this has had snow longer than anywhere else. So just like snow fleas piled everywhere, which is kind of, I don't think it's anything to worry about, but I've seen them in the snow 1,000 times and I've researched it, and I don't think they're anything to worry about. I doubt you can see them. Like, all these little snow fleas are piled up like right here. See them? Piled up right here. Swoop them away and they all smushed. Like they're dead in 2 seconds. So anyway, I don't necessarily, like I said, want to roll around in them, but I gotta get this hooked back up. If you guys are new here, you've only been here for a few months, this is our water system. I'll give you a 2-second, little 10-second tutorial here. Here's our 275-gallon IBC tote. I have that open right now, and this valve open. I gotta close all this. So I have this sediment catching fitting taken off. I let all the water drip out of here and out of here when we let all the water out of the tank. Gotta put this back on. There you go, guys. That's the front of the pump. That's to catch any big debris that comes out of here before it gets to the pump. So we have our cabin set up just like an RV. So if you have an RV, you kind of can see this is just like an RV. You know, we have a pressure regulated pump here, a flow, what's it called? Pentair flow, oh, Sure Flow. It's just a 12-volt pump. Has a little fuse on it, 12-volt power to it. And then it has a pressure switch in it, turns it on and off. And then I have 2 filters here after the pump. It goes to a small manifold right here above my head. Over here, it's all covered in insulation, a little 3-port manifold. But we're gonna take these filters out because these filters are gonna be full of antifreeze. There's a sediment filter in this one, and then a 5 micron or 1 micron filter in this one. And I used those all last summer, pretty much, and they were not that dirty. I'll show them to you. They're up on the tank, I think. This is the antifreeze we use, VFP. You buy it at the green store. It's RV and marine antifreeze, biodegradable, non-toxic. It's literally made for vehicles, spas, pools, not vehicles, recreational vehicles, RVs or campers, and vacation homes, it says. So since this stuff didn't soak into our filters, I'm gonna reuse it, and then I'll put fresh filters in here for the year. A little bit of water mixed in there, but still perfectly usable. This is the first place it goes. Here we go. And we'll flush it out real good before we do anything with it. There's a couple bucks worth of antifreeze. Pretty simple, guys. If you want a more detailed video on that, I have a ton of videos like last May, I think I hooked this up. More detail. Check those out. I don't think I have a water playlist. Maybe I do. I don't think I do. Like plumbing and the cabin and everything. So you're just gonna have to go back to May and find those videos. So yeah, rock and roll. Rock and roll. I just need water, so I'm gonna go up to neighbor John's and get a couple 100 gallons of water. All right, we'll see you when I get back. That's where she sits until spring.
This is where she's gonna sit until more snow melts. It's gonna rain the next 2 days, so all snow will be gone in 2 more days. Right now it's dangerous out. Right?
Yep.
It's a little...
I just don't... it works in the sand or the dirt, so that's all that matters. Just can't get any momentum. I should have kept my momentum. All right, I'm gonna drive this up. I'll drive it over to the truck and you can drive it up the hill, or you can leave it down here, but I gotta drive the white truck up the hill, so whatever you want to do.
As long as the hill's not icy and I can make it up the hill.
That's fine. I just hugged to the right, so the tires weren't right on the ice.
I don't drive in the snowy, icy mess.
It's clunking a little bit because I have it on 4-wheel drive, but all right, guys, we made it back. Went and hung out with neighbor John for 45 minutes and got some water. So I'm gonna get the system rolling. Look at that pretty water, nice from the well. So now don't give me too hard a time. Like, I could have went to the river, but like I said, John and I hook each other up, help each other out, and this is just a 45-minute job rather than a 2 to 3 hour job if I went to the river. So, and way more work. So I'm gonna get a hose hooked up here and run it over to our tank. Let's get it set up. Get out from under there, dorky dog. Alright guys, so these pumps, this is a Harbor Freight pump. Needs a little bit of water in it, and also the inlet and outlet are male threads. So I had a little hose made up before. I found out that the hoses for washing machines work really well because it's got the female on both ends. So I could just hook this up to the inlet. I could probably gravity feed most of this, but it's faster to do it this way. Here to here, to the suction, then this goes to the tank. And normally you'd have to take this little cap off the top and put water to prime it, but because the pump's below the water level, it'll just fill automatically. So let's get this regular hose, nothing fancy here. I have a 1 micron filter that I'm gonna put on the end of this hose. I don't need it probably because this is well water from John's, but it doesn't hurt to do it, use it. So I'm gonna actually turn it on and flush it first. Rock and roll. All right, so here's the filters that I took out of the canisters. Having trouble remembering which one's which, because this looks like my 1 micron filter and this looks like a sediment filter, but I think this is a 1 micron. I think this was the one that was first as a sediment filter, and it doesn't look that bad, right? That's like a whole year of rainwater. And like I said in previous videos, guys, this tank is isolated from all the rain catchment tanks. So I have to relocate it, which is a little bit of a pain, I guess. But the advantage to that is that I can filter the water before it goes in my primary tank. If I had a gutter going right into this tank, it'd be full of crap all the time. Even with a first flush, or with, you know, like where they have a length of pipe that takes all the dirt and then the clean water goes in, I'm sure stuff still gets in there, and your gutters are always full of crap. I would recommend doing it this way. And like I said, I know there's ways you can filter the water before it goes into your primary tank, but just having all these other tanks and they get junk in them and there's always sediment at the bottom of them, you know, just from dirt and leaves and all that stuff, having the ability to transfer it from these 3 tanks, the 2 on the pole barn or the 1 over here off of the half of the cabin, and filter it with an inline hose, which I would normally do because I'm taking it from the rain catchment, but right now this is from the well, so it's pure clean water. So I don't really need it. I'll probably throw it on there. But yeah, like look how clean these are. I mean, this was white, so it's a little gray, and you could see like it got discolored only about halfway. So I might just use these for the first month. Once we get rolling, I'll use fresh ones, because these are good for, I think it said 15,000 gallons. But they're not expensive, so anyway, I just want to show you these. These are the ones that go in the little canisters down by the pump. All right, so again, I know a lot of you have seen this before, but here's the end of my hose. Here's my hose attachment. This is a 1 micron filter. I've used these for 4 years now. Wow, close to 5 actually. Since 2018, so yeah, 5 years. So these are made for pools and spas, but they take out like all kinds of crazy stuff. They take out like pesticides, chemicals of all sorts, iron, all kinds of stuff. Just stick her right in there. So I'm gonna go turn the pump back on. see if there's water coming out of here yet. Yep. There's water in there. Alright guys, the water is all transferred. And I turned the power on in the solar shed to this pump. That's the only thing that runs on 12 volt in the whole cabin, is I ran a 12 volt line over here. And yeah, the heater and the shower's running. We gotta flush all the lines out. Alright, I just want to make sure the pump was running good. So go ahead and do the kitchen now. And then you can come back and do the bathroom for a minute, and then we'll be good.
Nice and clear. Now we'll go to the hot water.
Water still flowing?
Yeah, it's just on the hot water, so the cold water was running clear.
Is the hot water moving?
Yeah, it's just a little cloudy right now, but it's coming out. It's just a little cloudy like right now. Glory, glory.
Is it hot? Okay. That's good then. That's good.
I'll go do the bathroom again and make sure it's all done being foamy. Yay for water back at the cabin. Wasn't too bad this year because we had the cabin skirted, so that's good. This one keeps foaming, so let's get it to run clear. Yep.
Leave this open for a little bit so I can keep an eye on it.
There you go, puppy. Want to go for puppy walk?
Alright, bring me the camera, please.
Do you want to go for dog walk? Do you want to go for doggy walk?
Alright guys, success! Jen had hot water at the shower and in the kitchen sink. Just takes a few minutes for all the antifreeze to get out of there and for you know, the air to get out of there too, because there's a lot of air in the lines when it first starts up. Because I take those two filters off and those are all full of air, so it pushes that through the system too. So what we're gonna do is go for a little puppy walk. Let this sit. The pump turned on and off as it should, so there's always constant power to that little pump, but it has a pressure switch in it. So once the pressure builds up, it turns the pump off, and then you don't have to turn power on and off. You don't have like a well pump tank that has pressure in it. It does turn on every time you use the water, but it's so quiet you can barely hear it. So anyway, I'm gonna keep an eye on this for a little bit, and we'll give you a little update in a little bit after our walk, okay? I'll wrap this up. Alright guys, we have the water hooked up and running in the cabin. Pretty exciting for being the first week of March.
Yeah, it's gonna rain tomorrow, so that'll be exciting because we can collect more water, and hopefully now that it's March we shouldn't see anything like crazy cold temperatures. We might get a couple cold days and more snow, but it won't be single digits.
It's gonna be below freezing at night, but not during the day at the same time, or like Arctic temperatures.
Yeah.
So on that note, I have to go close the valves on the two tanks on the barn. We're gonna go get the mule loaded up with the buckets and tapping stuff, and we're gonna tap some trees. All right, before we do sap or tapping trees, we gotta close up our tanks, so when it does rain, it doesn't just run right out.
The gutters lasted. I know we didn't get lots of crazy heavy snow, but everyone was worried, and last year when we installed them, said the snow was gonna rip it off, and guess what?
They're still
you
on.
were wrong.
Gutters are pretty clean other than right at the end, so let's clean that out. Yes. Go. Easy peasy.